Dear self, I believe in you. I have faith in you. Life doesn't always go as planned, and yet you still make it through. Don't ever give up on you. Keep striving, keep thriving. Love, self. So I've decided to record a video diary because I want to hold myself a little bit more accountable when it comes to my self-care. And I also want to share my self-care journey and what I've learned and what I'm learning, what has worked, what hasn't worked, the ebbs and flows, the ups and downs, the highs and lows, all of those things, because I feel like it's important to lead by example. A lot of my videos that I've recorded, I have a self-care message and I emphasize the importance of self-care. But honestly, I wasn't applying it to myself. I wasn't holding myself accountable, and I fell off from my self-care journey, and I kind of disappointed myself in that. And I never wanted to be a person that's like, do what I say and not what I do. I like doing what I say as well. Like, I like making sure I take care of myself and that I have a self-care routine and that I continue on a self-care journey and that I can share my insights and share what I've been through, what I'm going through, and how I'm getting through it, instead of just telling people what they should do. So I wanted to create this to share this with you because it might help, it might not, it might be interesting, it might not be, but I know that I need to get back on the bandwagon. I know I've fallen off, and I know a lot of other people have too. So I want to share my self-care journey, and I've wanted to do it for some time on this channel because that's originally why I started the channel. I wanted it to just be a self-care channel where I did Reiki and other self-care routines and habits and things that I can share and show with you. But then I got caught up in the aesthetic of what I thought my aesthetic should be, and I got caught up in just doing Reiki. And I think that's what kept me from being completely consistent on the channel, because I was stifling myself and I wasn't doing everything that I initially wanted to do when it came to this channel. So after much thoughts and after much focus, after healing from catching the vid, which completely took me out, and needing time to get my voice back and needing time to get my breath back, I've decided to do what I originally wanted to do with this channel, which is to share with you self-care the way I see it and the way I've been able to create it in my life, and also share Reiki videos. Those are not going anywhere. They will be out every Monday. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of open up the channel to more than just Reiki, because I wanted to share a side of myself that I normally don't share, that people normally don't see, because I'm not a very vulnerable person, but I'm working on it. So let me work on it with you, and you can hold me accountable, okay? Because I know once you put something on the internet, that's it. You got to do it. So this is going to hold me accountable on sticking to my journey because I need to. I've been needing to. And yeah, I don't want to drop the ball anymore. I don't want to look at myself in the mirror knowing that I'm not doing what I can to take care of myself, that I don't feel good, and that I'm not doing anything to feel good. So here we are. So we just had autumn equinox on the northern hemisphere, and autumn is about renewal. And in autumn renewal, it's an important time to take breaks, to rest, and to prepare. So I plan on taking breaks from social media. The 3 social medias I use the most are Instagram, Facebook, and then occasionally TikTok. But I use it enough to where it has been distracting me, where gaps of time have gone by and I'm like, wow, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything that benefited me. All I did was consume, and I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed over the amount of things that I've consumed from social media in the matter of minutes. And it's getting to be too much. And I know I need to take a social media break. So in time with the season and this autumn renewal, I am going to take the first week of October off from social media. I'm not going to scroll. I am not going to click it. I know it's going to be difficult because I'm so used to doing it. But I know the benefits of taking much needed social media breaks. So I plan on taking those social media breaks. And then after this first week of October, I plan on having time frames for social media so that I'm not on it for too much, I'm not on it for too long, and I'm not just scrolling without a purpose. You know, after a while, I'm just taking in so many other people's opinions that it's kind of like clouding my own opinion, or it's affecting my own opinion, and I really just need the clarity. So I'm taking a break from that. And I'm taking a break from binge watching television shows because it makes no sense that a whole day goes by and all I did was watch TV. I cannot binge watch any more television. If there is something that I like that comes out on Netflix, I'm just going to have the discipline to watch it one episode at a time at different times. I cannot sit and let 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours go by in one day and all I did was watch TV and eat. That's crazy. I can't do that no more. Like, I'm completely distracting myself from the things that I know I need to do, and I know I'm distracting myself. And I know I'm distracting myself with mindless scrolling and binge watching television. So those are two things that I am going to take breaks from for the entire season of autumn as a part of my autumn renewal routine for myself. And I look forward to it. I look forward to what I can create in that time. I look forward to the clarity I can receive in that time. I look forward to what I can do that is productive or healthy that I can replace in that time. So I look forward to taking those breaks, and I'm excited to start this in the month of October. As far as rest, I really feel like I need to create do not disturb moments, like 30 minutes to an hour, where I put my phone on do not disturb and I do not check it. I do not look at it. I do not focus on it. I close my door. I sit with myself, and whatever comes up, comes up. And I can work through it. I can understand it. I can declutter my mind, declutter my emotions, and I can just really sit with myself and just be Courtney for Courtney. Because the minute I wake up and I step out into the world, I am someone for someone else. I am a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a cousin, I'm an aunt, I'm a friend, and sometimes I really just need to be me. But it's really hard for me to understand who me is when I just jump into all these other roles that I've been assigned to, that I've been born with, or that I've been given. And when I jump into those roles and I hit the floor running, by the time I get back home, I'm frazzled. By the time I try to even think, I just can't. I don't have the energy to. So I want to take do not disturb moments to really just sit with myself and get to know myself and see how I'm feeling, check in with my feelings, check in with my thoughts, and just let them come up as they need be, and really just start working on my intuition again, because that relationship is kind of broken. My relationship with my intuition has been shaky, and I need to work on that again. I need to get that back. So that is what I'm going to do as far as resting, is to take do not disturb moments and just sit in stillness. I'm not doing anything for anyone. I'm just laying down, and I'm letting whatever emotions, thoughts, feelings that need to come up, and I'm just going to be Courtney. And I look forward to that. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for do not disturb hours. I feel like I need it. I feel overwhelmed, and I feel like this is going to help me with my overwhelm. And then when it comes to preparing in this autumn season, I want to prepare for joy. I want to prepare for happiness. I want to prepare for ease. I want to prepare for peace. I want to prepare for abundance and prosperity. And I feel like I haven't been able to prepare for any of that to enter my life. I haven't given myself the chance to be open to receive any of that because I've been distracted for so long, and I've been distracting myself with whatever I possibly can, whether it be work, whether it be friends, whether it be family, whether it be social media, whether it be television. Like, I just been distracting myself for so long, and I haven't been preparing to receive the things I want to receive. Like, I see other people in their abundant moments or in their creating peace for themselves, and I'm like, wow, I really want to do that. But then I don't do the work to get there. I don't do what I need to do to prepare for it, to let the universe know that I am open to receiving it. So I really want to prepare for that. And this leads me to my October intentions. So for the month of October, I really want to focus on my emotional self-care, because that is the self-care that has been lacking the most. That is the self-care that I have been distracting myself from the most. There are 7 categories of self-care that you can find if you just do a quick Google search, and they're all important, and self-care is way more than just pampering yourself or going to like the spa or taking a bath, a luxurious bath or something like that. Self-care is so much hard work, and it's a buzzword, and I think that it's getting lost to where people think they're taking care of themselves if they're just pampering themselves, and there's so much more to it. And my emotional self-care has been lacking, and I've been sad. I've been sad for quite some time, and I've been distracting myself from my sadness for, I want to say, a little bit over a year. And I think the loss of my dog in August just amplified my sadness, but it added in grief. And I started to realize that I can no longer distract myself from doing the inner work. I can't act like I'm not sad, because that's not working for me. I've been extremely sad. I've been emotional. I've been crying a lot of nights out of the week, just continuously, month after month. And then I've been just trying to put my head in other things to distract myself from what's making me sad. Like, why am I sad? Why am I feeling this way? What am I going through? Like, I haven't tapped into my inner self to find out. And that is my intention for October. My October intention is to address my sadness, because I need to address my sadness. I don't want to get stuck in it. I don't want to sit in it. I don't want to dwell in it. And I don't want to let it take over. I don't want it to bring me down, and I don't want it to hold me back. Sadness is not an emotion that I want to feel every day. It's not something that you want to just hold on to. You have to work through sadness. You have to understand it. You have to overcome it. You have to continuously practice what needs to be practiced to amplify the emotions you want to feel. So if I want happiness and joy and ease, I have to practice what I need to practice to feel that way. But I also have to work through what is making me not feel that way, or what's keeping me from feeling that way. And I've summed it up to 4 symptoms of my sadness that I want to break into the 4 weeks of October. And for the first week of October, my top symptom that is fueling my sadness or amplifying my sadness is anxiety. And anxiety is typically when you are either living in the past or the future and not the present. And I'm very guilty of living in the future, worrying about the future, also living in the past, thinking about the things that I could have done, that I should have done, that I didn't do. And it has caused me so much anxiety to the point where sometimes it's crippling. Sometimes my mind is wandering and racing, and I'm either thinking about the past or the future, and I almost feel like I'm having a panic attack. And it'll happen outside in public, it'll happen in my room, it'll happen whenever it feels like happening. And it's such a nervous energy that starts to erupt in my body, and it's very rattling and it's very unsettling, and I just hate that feeling. And then I start to feel sad, like my sadness starts to come to the forefront, and it just completely takes over. And then I just sob, not in public, but when I finally make it back home where I feel safe, I just start sobbing. I just start worrying. I'm just like, dang, I'm not where I should be or where I want to be. And all those thoughts just start to flood my mind, and my anxiety just starts to become through the roof. So I want to address my anxiety for the first week of October. I want to focus on it. I want to write a letter to my anxiety and tell it how I feel, how I want to feel, how I want to work through it and release it and let it go. I want to journal. I want to carry calming crystals like blue calcite and stuff like that, just to help calm my nerves, that I can hold on to, that I can say a few affirmations or just take a few deep breaths when I start to feel anxious, when I start to feel that nervous energy erupting. And I also want to practice mindfulness, because I need to be in the present. When I start getting really anxious, when I start to let anxiety really thrive, I have to check myself and say, is this something that I can change right now? Can I do something right now in this moment that's going to change what I'm thinking about? And if the answer is no, then I know I'm not being present, and I need to just take a deep breath and be present and do what I can do today and do what I can do in the now, in the present. And I think if I can kind of redirect myself back into the present moment, I can push through my anxiety, and I can push through the nervous energy and the feelings I'm feeling, and kind of just like get them in control. Because I don't really think anxiety ever goes away, but I think that it can lessen. And I think that I can practice being present and being mindful to keep anxiety at bay so that it doesn't take over. Because it's going to try to take over. I know it. It's going to try to continue to pop up and cause me all these emotions. But I can keep it in check by focusing on what I can do now, focusing on what I can do today and in the present. And then I have an emotional self-care workbook that I have not touched, that I have bought, that I haven't opened, that I haven't written in. And it's time for me to do so. And I'm going to utilize it for the whole entire month of October, because there's enough pages and there's enough prompts and there's enough workbook activities to kind of work through my sadness. And I'm going to utilize it to work through my general overall sadness. But each week I'm going to have a focus when I'm using the workbook. So the first week of October, my focus is anxiety. So as I'm using the workbook, I'm going to focus on my anxiety. So whatever questions that are asked of me, I'm going to look through it through a lens of my anxiety to kind of understand it and understand how I can push through it and how I can lessen it and how I can overcome it and kind of take charge. I need to take charge. I haven't taken charge in my life for quite some time. I've been allowing life to just happen to me, and I haven't allowed myself to take charge of my life and do what needs to be done to get better, to feel better, to enjoy life. I've had just like a sadness cloud kind of block my visions and my goals and my intentions for myself. And no more. I can't allow that to happen anymore. So those are some of the things that I'm going to do in the first week of October, just as far as focusing on my anxiety and working through it, writing that letter, journaling, doing the workbook prompts in the emotional self-care workbook. And then I also have a book for inner work that I'm going to read for the month of October. And just for reference, because I'm talking about it, this is my emotional self-care book, and it has like all of these beautiful prompts, affirmation drawing, challenging my negative thoughts, self-care assessment, trigger tracking. And I think this is going to be really beneficial for me to do daily and focus on what I need to focus on and just understand what I'm feeling. And eventually, by the end of October, I really hope to understand what is triggering my sadness, understand why I've been feeling sad, and then how I can work through it and how I can allow and invite more happiness, more peace, more joy into my life. And then this is the shadow work book journal that I'm going to be utilizing as well. And it also has questions and quotes and things to write at the bottom, like things you appreciate, or has anything triggered you today, just to kind of stay on track with my emotions, stay on track with how I'm feeling, and to do that inner work. And I will also be diving into this book called The Inner Work, since that is what I'm trying to focus on right now. It is an invitation to true freedom and lasting happiness. I started reading this book. I only got through a certain amount of pages, like a few pages, and then I stopped. So I'm going to start from the beginning, and I'm going to read a chapter a day for the month of October and really get back into finding my happiness and getting back to me and getting back to how I want to feel and the energy that I want to fuel, because I'm really tired of feeling sad. I am. And I'm tired of distracting myself, and I'm tired of not doing the inner work, and I'm tired of not having a self-care routine. I'm tired of neglecting the different categories of my self-care. I'm tired of sharing self-care messages but not listening to the self-care messages. And like I said in the beginning, I really just want to lead by example, and I want to hold myself accountable, and I want to share this journey with you in hopes that it helps you start your self-care journey, or restart your self-care journey, or help you create a new routine, or help you find out maybe what you want to focus on for the month of October and start to do the work for. You know, we're in this together. We are a collective. We are connected. And what one person goes through, another person goes through. So I just want to share that with you through these video diaries. Video diaries will come out every Sunday, where I will check in with what I did for the week, what worked, what didn't work, and then what I'm going to do for the next week as far as my self-care journey. So I hope you tune in. I hope you enjoy. I hope that you can receive something from my video diaries. You don't need much to start your self-care journey. You know, just you need yourself. You need your belief in yourself. You need your faith in yourself. And you need to want to practice taking care of you. You need to give yourself a focus, and then you have to stick to that focus and really try to have the actions that align with the focus. So my actions are to address my sadness. So I'm going to do the work. And for emotional self-care, that involves a lot of writing, that involves a lot of meditation, that involves a lot of alone time, a lot of hermit mode, a lot of just really sitting with self and trying to decipher what is going on. So that is what I will be doing for the month of October, and then particularly for the first week of October. So I will check in with you next week and let you know how that has gone, how I am feeling, if I feel better, if I feel like I am completely falling apart. You will know. I will share that with you. And yeah, that's about all. Thank you for still being here. If you made it to the end of the video, you're a VIP and I really appreciate you. And let me know in the comments if you plan on restarting your self-care journey. If you've also fallen off, let me know in the comments what you plan on doing, or maybe what your focus is going to be, your intention for the month of October, because I'm interested in knowing, and I would like to get back on the journey alongside you. All right, we can hold each other accountable. But other than that, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Remember to be well. And until next time, peace.